What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What is cracking? What is popping? What's going on, King Black? What's going on with you? Hope everything is going on with your fam. Had a lovely business trip. Just wanted to get into it. Um, you know, since this Rona's kind of chilling a little bit, on and off. Um, Things are kind of getting back to normal. I'm kind of getting back to my stride because what I do is I'm in the entertainment industry and I do a lot of multi things. But for one thing, filming is my passion. That is a thing I love to do. Um, Completed a couple of projects, got little to no sleep. Um, Last couple of days, I got a lot of no sleep, but it was a lot of no sleep in a while. Um, and it's hot out here, ridiculously hot, um, unbearably hot. So we're gonna go over a few things, um, and yeah, we're just gonna go over a few things. So appreciate y'all coming through. We're just gonna chop it up. I may be busy this week. I'm gonna squeeze in the 1/3 show. Um, you know what I'm saying? Because my schedule's getting real hectic. I thought I'd be, straight after I did that, come back, but life is life, and that pays the bills. You know what I'm saying? That pays the bills. So we gotta get it how we live. So I appreciate y'all coming through. Let me go ahead and check this in the chat. So how was y'all week? You know what I'm saying? How was y'all week, fam? Uh, oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, 48 laws, bro. Like I live by this. I'm like every time I do these random thoughts, uh my bad, y'all. It's hot. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? All right, here I am. All right. Yeah, happy Monday to you. Well, it's Tuesday for me. Oh, man. Let me just cancel this. Let me just, what the fuck is going on? All right, I'm back. Yo, what's going on, y'all? Sorry about that. Had a little technical difficulties, man. It's hot, man. The devil was outside licking ice cream cones. Um, man, it is hot. It's about, I gotta even check the temperature, man, to tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? I check the temperature to tell y'all, man. Like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I gotta check the temperature to even tell y'all. Um, so hold on, let me get this bag up on the screen. Ooh, it's hot. This mob up, man. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So had a little technical difficulty. What's up, Queen of the South? What's going on? How was y'all weekend, man? So anyway, I was just sitting up here, man, and I had a great time. You know what I'm saying? Got to, you know what I mean, got to come through, holler at a couple of people that I saw was working. I finally got to work. You know when you visualize something, that's your passion, uh, and you finally kind of get close to that. You know, whatever you like to do, like you know what I'm saying, like whatever you like to do. Me, it's actually filming. Like like I like to film things. I like to do video work. I like to make films. I like to make vlogs. I like anything that involves doing anything with video. I like to do it. I like to come up with the stories in my head and get them visually out there. I don't know what it is. I fell into it, but it's just my thing. You know, it's just my thing. And what is your thing? What do you like to do? It doesn't matter. Like, you know, I know Bomb, she loves to sew. And she's very good at what she does. She and it's I can tell that it relaxes her. It's soothing. It's like, you know, it comes a problem that maybe she might run into a problem and she'll solve it. She'll figure it out. She'll do the research and then it'll make her better, you know. But then there's also limitations of equipment. And this is where you being a real artisan comes into play, where you see these people that can do amazing things with things you never thought of. I used to watch those people sit up there for hours, and you know, uh, I wasn't a person. I couldn't draw worth a jack. Like I wasn't a person that could draw. Like I would try to. Like you know, you can teach people to draw. That's what Art New Style said. You can teach them to draw, but there's certain people that have innate talent. What's going on, Joe W? What's going on, fam? Um, but the reason why I'm talking about this today is the law. Win through your actions, never through argument. A lot of times, what I've seen in recent and in our life and in my life, so I'm gonna rephrase this to me, is that we've been doing, and myself, I've done a lot of arguing, wasting of time, where I could have been putting that into action. You know what I'm saying? Into action. Yeah, I'm gonna break out the art of war strategies too, bro. And I used to waste time trying to argue to people that I am who I am and I'm doing what I'm doing. Where why should I argue with someone where I have the receipts to show it and to prove it? And even if you have the receipts to show and prove it, that doesn't mean that they're going to care. The argument is still the argument. Because it's all about perspective. It's all about personal preference. It's all opinionated. You know, like who's the best? Who did X, Y, and Z? Like people argue between like Kobe and Jordan and Mike and LeBron James and all of that. But now one of the people that are arguing to say who's the best has ever did it to the level that they've done it. That doesn't mean you can't have an opinion on it. But these men have already shown it with their actions. If we spend more time acting and less time arguing or talking or bumping them gums, like they say in the South, um, maybe a lot more things would get accomplished. Now, we as human beings, that doesn't mean that you can't have a conversation and converse and have a discord. But when things get counterproductive, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? So, like I said before, is I had to learn this uh, very quickly to work through actions and not argument. Don't waste time working through an argument. You feel me? And that's just one of them things that I had to deal with. Went through your actions and not an argument. Don't spend time arguing with people that are unproductive. Because if you argue with people all the time, then that makes you unproductive. And I had to learn this very seriously. Sometimes it's better to be quiet and work on what you're going to work on. And this is something that is very dear to me. This law has really changed my life a lot. Has really, and I'm not talking. You know, what I mean, I still enact it as much as possible. Now it's a catchphrase, you know, because we want to defend ourselves. We want to defend our actions. We want to defend our beliefs, our opinions, our thoughts. We want to defend that the path and the journey that we're walking is of merit and is of worth. But to another person that's in on another path or quote unquote another lane, because the journey to any type of success or failure that you walk is alone. Hey, Shard, our producer's in the chat. And happy birthday, happy belated birthday to you, Shar, for everybody in the chat and people that are watching. It was Shar's birthday recently, so give her a happy birthday. Also, I was not around. I feel so bad. I was working and running around, but it was Shar's birthday. Happy birthday to you, Shar. Thank you once again. This is like the best producer ever. Like, I'm telling you, I don't understand. Shar holds it down. And she don't play. She don't do a lot of talking. This is one person that law number 9 is the thing, because Shar don't talk much. She all about that action. She all about that work, boss. You're and RVS will be about that work too. And here's another thing. You have to surround yourself with people, with your friends or people that are about that work. They don't talk. You know what I mean? They hold you accountable. You hold yourself accountable, but it's good to have people because that motivates you. That motivates you. That motivates you. Now let me get into what I was doing this weekend. Now this weekend, last weekend, I'm sorry, past week, I went back down to my old stomping grounds in Tokyo. I got there approximately, like I caught the early bullet train. So I got there about 1 in the afternoon. Me and my man, he picked me up. We were in Shinagawa having a good time. I'm going to have a video for this, so don't worry. I have to get all the footage. I got to chop it up, edit it. So it might come in the next week or so. It'll be on my other channel. So I'll put all my film stuff on the other channel. So when me and my man, like, we was chopping it up because I haven't seen him since I moved. We talked on the phone, yeah, of course, but I haven't seen him since I moved. And we went and got the camera, right? And we was talking to this guy. His name is Gab, and his name is Gabriel, but we call him Gab. And me and Gab ain't seen each other in years, right? So we chopping it up, and this dude's got equipment all out the woo. So I'm like, I want to use the cameras that I'm used to using, right? Like a Sony or a Nikon. I'm not going to nerd you out, but if you know what a camera is, they got brand names. And he breaks out this beast. And this beast is what's going on, Soft Spoken? Well, this beast is a Blackmagic Ursa, 4.6K camera. Now this guy, he's got like an 8K and a 12K Blackmagic camera, but he's got this Blackmagic Ursa. And this thing's heavy, right? Because I'm used to using like photo cameras for video. You can do that. But this is a cinema camera. It is designed for video. That's it. First time holding one, first time using one. This camera that he's letting me hold, the camera body alone, is like 7 racks, right? And then the lens on it is another 2 racks. So I'm running around with 9 racks just between the lens and the camera. We're not talking about the batteries, was $200 to $300. We ain't talking about the charger that goes with it. We're not even talking about the filters that go on the lenses. And then I got my gear too. So I'm rolling around with like $10,000 to $15,000 worth of gear. And normally you roll around with an assistant, right? So just me and the artist, we climbing up mountains, we on beaches. It's crazy. So let me bring this up to the front screen. So this is the beast that I'm holding right here. This right here is the beast in my hand. Like this is the beast right here. Okay. And it's my first time touching it. It's my first, like, you know, he ran me through it. So we go out there the night before. It is nobody out there, right? We by the lighthouse. You can just see the lighthouse. And we got to be careful with the light because, you know, you in the darkness and that far out, you see light flickering somewhere else because it's just pitch black dark and some lights and stuff. You're crashing or something. Like, you know what I mean? Because you're going to veer off course. So we getting the mock-up done. It's like 10 o'clock at night. So we get back to his house around 11, 12. We got to be back out there at 3:30 in the morning, like on 3:30 in the morning. So it's like a 30-minute drive to where we're going to get to. So I get back on 2 hours of sleep. We out the house at 2:30 in the morning. We setting up. The sun is cracking because this is Japan. The sun is cracking. Like you can see the light cracking about 3:40, 3:50. But ain't nobody tell us about the mosquitoes. Lord Jesus, the mosquitoes was out there. I don't even say mosquitoes. I say skeetos because they was trying to get us out of there and get us on our toes and out. Then the light finally came out. The sun was creeping over the horizon. And we saw what we wanted, but we couldn't get it because the mosquitoes weren't playing. Then when the sun finally got really cool, then it wasn't. And what I mean when it wasn't, it started a little drizzling raining. Like one of them little clouds came in. So you got this electrical equipment, you got to get it under cover. So we be like, man, we want to come back, like go to the car or whatever. But we found a little place where we could hide out. And then that's when everything worked. And my friend was like, the artist that was doing it, he was like, yo, it just worked. He said, everything just worked. You know, and with me and him, when we work, we do a lot of talking before because planning, but when we get on set, we talk, but it's quick and it's just action, right? And it's time is money. Time is money. And when you're driven, when you're trying to get what you're trying to get, or do what you're trying to do, you don't have time to waste time with arguing with people. You probably do this at work. Do you notice that when you're at work and you're busy, time flies faster? Like if you're so busy at work, sometimes you forget to eat because you're in a constant state of action. But the worst times at work, or when work takes a long time, is when you're talking. And we don't really enjoy work. Maybe about 1% of us or 2% of us actually work. Like, and what I mean work, like do work to feed ourselves, but love what we do. And love what we do. So to you today, and to me myself, and when I first came up on this, it's like I used to talk about film work, filming, my passion all the time. I used to talk to it to people that wasn't really into it. I used to have back and forth with people about how good I am at something. And then I stopped. That doesn't mean I can't take a critique here and there, but when people think actions in this quote means success, no, actions means also failures. It's better to try. It's better to stop arguing with someone and actually try something and fail at it than to don't try it at all and to keep arguing because you didn't put any actions into play. For me to get and in my estimation, I am mediocre with the camera at best because the people that I see that are masters at it, one can steadily provide for their family. I'm like everybody with this whole pandemic thing had to suffer, and the entertainment industry suffered the most. But even with this, with the entertainment industry or wherever you're doing, everybody suffered. But the entertainment industry was the first to suffer as much as they did. Is that with these when you're actually trying something and you fail at it, and this is when you could truly tell you love what you do, because if you fail at it and you try a different approach and you try to sharpen skills, you try to make the process more productive while wasting less time, and then when you're in it nothing else matters, you can block out everything around it because you're interested in that one thing. And that's because when you become successful at it, yeah, you may have natural born talent, but to reach a mastery level of it, you would have to fail how many times? Or you would have to put the repetitions into the success to its height. Because repetition on something, whether it's a correct thing, until you finally achieve the pinnacle of that thing, where it's muscle memory, where you can just creating in that space or doing what you want to do and not worry about the fundamentals of it because they've already been ingrained into your actions, your minute, your those micro electrical pulses from your brain to your body where it moves, and you can get what you see and you can achieve your final goal. Where in that time did you have to argue with an outside source? Nowhere. Because you can't do two things at the same time 100%. Yeah, you can multitask, but you can't master your craft or master what you're trying to do or put the best 100% effort into something if you are stopping to argue. Try this, if you will. Try to do anything. Try to do anything. Anything. Something as simple as picking something off the floor and argue with someone at the same time. And try to pick that one thing up off the floor without arguing. You will see how much time is not wasted. And remember, time is all relative. What's going on, CRU? What's going on, crew? Your time is all relative. And this law is all about not wasting time because we don't have that much of it. You have so little time, a hair's breadth of time. You can't get time back. Once you put it in, it's there and it's gone. I've been up here talking for 26 minutes. And for all of you that are watching and listening to me, you're investing in your time. Then I'm talking, and unless I drop the link, you can't come up here and talk with me. You may can argue with me from the chat, but I can choose to argue with you and to ignore you. Now, here's the crazy part about this law. Because it says win through your actions, never through argument. An argument is actually an action. But it's not a productive action. It's unproductive, unproductivity. If you would switch this law around, or you would remove certain words and replace it with another word, is beware of being unproductive. Yelling and screaming is an action. Smiling is an action. Right? And emotions are actions. To a certain degree, you can feel a certain way, but arguing, yelling and screaming, they cause a reaction, but an unproductive reaction. And the reason I gave you that story is because I was doing something that I actually liked. I wasn't arguing with someone. My actions was me challenging my creativity, getting nature where I would like it to be. And I enjoyed myself. I was really fearful too, because I wanted to get the best that I could. When, to get, I really wanted to get the best that I could. And I don't have time to argue with people because I'm too busy. I am too busy. Really busy. And what I mean by that is, and what I mean by that is that when you're busy, you don't have time to get into disagreements with people that are not helping you move forward in life. All day I was busy. I was running for 4 days, trying to get the best that I could out of what I was doing, trying to seek something that was elusive to me. And that was for me to be great. And for all of us that seek greatness, okay, you know what I'm saying? For all of us that seek greatness, that's what we want, period. And why should we not try to seek and get those things? I don't understand. I can't comprehend for the life of me. I can't comprehend for the life of me, like, Why do people waste time to that degree? Why? Why do people waste time for that degree? Find something that gives you that type of thing. Like even when you're at work. And here's the thing about actions. Actions are receipts. Actions prove or unprove your statement, but you learn through them. You get things done. Getting things done is great. And it's Monday. It's Monday for you guys, where it is Tuesday. Because ideas are only ideas until you put action to them, until you actually get it the way that you need to get it. This here, I'm gonna put this up on the screen fully. If y'all don't know what that is Mount Fuji in the background. And that takes a lot of, like, for me to be in this space, this is what I see in my head sometimes, or when I look at a location. But for me to get that, I have to be there at a certain time. I have to be there at a certain time of day. I have to be there at a certain, like, and this is in the evening. This is in the evening. And you can't always get that. That's in the evening, right as the sun is going down. Okay. And this is in the morning. No, I'm sorry. This is in the evening, but this is like they're different times, right? This is in the evening also. I'm sorry about that. And as the sun is creeping over, going over the horizon, look at the different look that you get. You get this look, and then you get another look. Now, would I be able to get this if I was arguing with someone? I would miss this opportunity to concentrate to get it how I see it in my mind. So this right here lets me know basically that what I'm saying is correct for me. May not be correct for you, but it is indeed correct for me. This here is on a beach. And I saw this scene in my head. And I saw the video and in my head, and it was playing out. And I wanted to put it into action. Now, how long has that been there? I don't know. But there's like a sign about it, like, that tells you the history of it. But this beach, that cove, it took a lot for us to get there, to get down there, to drag all this heavy gear down there. But how do I prove what I'm saying is right? Is because I have to put in the action. I can't have time to argue with people. And neither do you. Talking about something over and over again but putting no actions, never putting it in practice, even if it's bad advice, if you put nothing into practice and you're continually arguing, you're being unproductive. It's an unproductive action to sit up there and argue. It's good to talk things out. It's good to have an argument every now and again, but but if it does not supply you with an action, then it's unproductive. And sometimes you just have to just move. You just have to move. And a lot of times, human beings, we need to go back to our instincts, go back to the original who we were. We were creatures with instinct. You move, you don't argue, you move. The more civilized you get, the more you can think, the more you can think, the more you talk. The more you talk, the more you communicate, the less actions that you have because you're trying to be more productive with your actions. If that makes any sense at all of what I'm saying. I hope that makes any sense because the way it came out of my mouth. And I really find that we spend a lot of time, especially in these spaces, doing more arguments than actions. Now, this is the lighthouse, and this is the lighthouse here, and we were out here at 3 a.m. Now, this is Japan, and this is about 6 o'clock in the morning. And these are actions. And you know how they say, "Where's your receipts?" Well, here's my receipts. I don't need to argue with you. And I'm not no better than anybody else. You hear it all the time when you do something and you achieve something through an action. You hear people congratulate you, but they say on the back end, "Oh man, you doing it big. Oh, I wish I could go." And then you say, "Sure you can. Sure you can go. I did it. This is how you need to do it." "Oh, I don't know about all that. I can't be on a plane that long." Or, "Man, I got this job and all this other." And you're like, "No, no, you can do this, this, and this." "Man, man, you got it, man. I ain't like you." That should be the end of conversation. Shara, you said I was speaking on it Friday and we'll have a part two this Friday. I might not have said it as well, but action is necessary. Yes, it truly is, Shara. A lot of times we try to convince people into doing things because they do not want any actions. But we spend a lot of times convincing ourselves to do something. And it can be anything. It can be anything. Let's just say you're dealing with a person in a relationship. Uh, it can be whatever level type of relationship it's in. And you know the action you should take. You know you should cut them off. You should separate yourself, but you don't. And you continue to argue with this person to convince them into taking a better action. And you know, like I know, like I've done this myself, that when you cut people off or you move on and you just show action and you stop talking, they want to change their actions to get you back within the fold. And that's what this law is about. That's what this law is about. Win through your actions, never through argument. It's to cause a reaction. That's what it's about. It's to cause a reaction. The only person that you can control is yourself. The only actions that you can control are yourself. But that does not mean that you can't affect someone else's actions when it comes to dealing with you. This law can be used in a lot of different cases in your life. And I'm only speaking of which because I've used these laws and it has helped me. And when I have not done this, I had to pay. I know it's the beginning and the start of your week. It's hot out there. It's hot here. The devil was sitting on the curb, licking ice cream, kicking its legs. Be safe out there. Drink your fluids. Drink water, please. Put down the juice and the soda and the pop, or however y'all say it. We say soda from Baltimore, but I know in the Midwest y'all call it pop. Put down the pop. Back off of the caffeine for my coffee drinkers. Try that iced coffee action. Get you a Frappuccino or something, but drink a lot of water. Mineral water. Don't that spring water just run through you. You're just going to sweat. Drink mineral water. Doesn't taste as great as the spring water. Well, it actually does taste better because that's what real water tastes like. That spring water has a lot of chlorine and fluoride in it. That's not good for you. So get you some 100% mineral water. Stay cool. Drink, get you some little salt candies and stuff. Suck on those to, keep the hydration levels up. The crew said the devil out here barbecuing. Yeah, man, he is. Keep your social distancing up because once this heat go away, you're gonna have a spike in these cases, But keep yourself safe, people. And I'm not going to argue with you because I'm not Dr. Sebi. I'm not no holistic person. But I've seen what the heat stroke does to people. People have died from heat stroke. It'll kill you. So make sure you get your fluids in, get your water in, keep yourself cool and hydrated. Summer's almost over with. Keep yourself safe because people get more active during the summer and they get crazier. I just saw people got killed in Michigan with these guns. People are losing their minds because they've been in the house too long and their social interactions are only on the internet. And you know how that can go. So, let's do a quick review. Win through your actions, never through argument. I don't have a community tab, so the only way that I can let my subs know, unless you're in my Discord server, there may or may not be a show this week. It may not be at the scheduled time, but I'm gonna try my best to get you a show. And inaction is still in action. So I'm not going to talk about it no more. I'm not going to argue about it no more. I appreciate everybody that came. Let me go through the chat right here. Shara King Black, what's going on? Queen of the South, thank you. Joe W coming through. RVSOP, you're just like Shar, the greatest producer out here in these streets. Soft spoken, thank you for coming through also and showing support. CRU Reality. What's up, Sean? What's going on, family? How you doing down there? Matter of fact, man, I don't usually do this, but you know what I'm saying. You at work, fam? You at work? You at work, Sean? Let me let me know if you at work, fam. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you at work because I don't want to ask you something if you at work. Just finish. Okay, man. How's it down there in them streets, man? Yeah, how's it down there in them streets? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I got a whole video, man. We had some jerk chicken, we had some oxtails, man. We was eating pet like I was having a it was a great business trip, but the vibe was great. Riding by the beach, checking people up. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I open up for Sean to come up here, chop it up, say a few words. Chop it up, say a few words, man. It is hot out here. Like it is ridiculous. And I live out here where it's flat, so Lord, like when it's like 11 o'clock and it's hot somewhere when the shadows are not the shadows are directly underneath the car. Like when you are walking and you don't have a shadow, like your shadow is hiding underneath you, that means it's hot. When your shadow's playing hide and go seek with your feet, it's hot. Real talk. Like you can't deny none of this. What's going on, Sean?
What's up, brother? What's going on?
What's going on, man? We just had some of these, random thoughts up here, man. And every time I do one of these random thoughts, man, I ain't want to get up here blabbering and stuff, man. So I just break out one of these 48 laws of power, man. One of these laws, man. Just talk on it. You know what I'm saying? Where my thoughts go with these laws and how to put them into play, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
We had the Negro, I guess, interpretation of law 9 is just show and prove.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
You know what I'm saying? All that bumping all them gums.
Yeah, all that talk. Yeah,
Show them receipts. Show them receipts.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
What's going on with you, man?
Shit, not
Shoot.
man, just working, man. Just got off the phone with the director. He needed to talk to me. He called me on his way home. We just had a
Uh,
good 20-minute conversation. He a cool guy, white dude. He cool. He likes to pick my
yeah,
brain from time to time.
you know what I'm
So
saying?
now,
So
outside of that, man, just about to get up, get in the shower, go buy some food, square shit. Square
square,
life.
square
Yes.
life actions,
Square biz,
man.
man.
Square,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Action. So you ain't yelling at a screen and you ain't ordering Five Guys. I feel you.
Nah, I ain't doing none of that stupid stuff,
Yeah, you actually leave the house and go places and do things.
man. Yeah, take care of stuff. Do grown man stuff.
Yeah, man. Like, by popular request, man. Next 1/3 show, man. We're gonna talk about like I'm gonna start presenting how to actually travel places, man. Because,
Oh yeah,
uh,
okay.
yeah, man. Like how to go
Is it gonna be
places.
based on how to travel in general or how to travel during COVID?
It's going to be basically how to travel general because I can't really talk about nothing I ain't done. Like, what I mean, I
Okay.
haven't traveled outside of where I'm at since COVID. Like, that's a whole different conversation. You got to get, tested, 14-day quarantine, all of that
Hmm.
crazy stuff. Like, what I mean, the trip ain't worth that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Here's the crazy part, man. Like, I see a lot of us that didn't travel
Hmm.
before COVID traveling during COVID. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like I don't get it. Like I look up, people like, yeah, I'm straight. I then took my thing. I'm like, you didn't travel before COVID. Why are you traveling doing it?
I don't know. I
That
mean,
you,
for a while, I get 2020 because
yeah,
prices were all down, right?
Yeah.
Everything was cheap. They had hotels right across from the United Nations that was like $80, $70 a night.
Yeah.
I'm talking about 4 or 5 star hotels. You know, and
Yeah.
so it was cheap as hell to travel during COVID. If it was allowed. So I get that, but now everything is skyrocketing. They're basically gouging. They're price gouging. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
hotels, airlines, everybody's trying to make money back. Off money and I'm thinking in the back of my head, like, hold up, didn't they get PPP loans and bailouts and shit? Like, why? Are they
Hmm.
they trying to make
Hmm.
up for lost time? This is ridiculous.
Man, it's a capitalist,
Yeah,
it's
you
a
know what I'm saying?
capitalist grind.
Exactly. They're gonna use COVID as an excuse, but my memory serves me correctly. They got bailouts and they got money to keep them afloat
Hmm.
during the pandemic.
Of course
Most of
they
that
do.
money that during the pandemic, trillions of dollars that was handed out, a lot of it was handed to private industry. And so and I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. I just know it's hard as
Yeah.
hell to travel now based on the money.
Well, I'm like, well, you got to spend extra, right? Because you got to
Hmm.
pay that what 60. I don't know where it's at in the States, but I know over here it's like about $60 equivalent US to get your COVID test. Then when you go to where you going, you got to quarantine for like 14 days if you ain't got the vaccine, which will shave it down depending on where you're coming from, like 6 to 7 days, or
Right.
you might not have to quarantine at all, right? And then you get there, right? But then when you come back, and if that's place turned into a hot spot, you'll have to quarantine when you get back. And that
Right.
means you can't move. So say if you taking a 30-day vacation, you you know, 14 days, 14 days, and you ain't got the vaccine, that's what? 4 weeks. That's your 30-day vacation. It's a wrap. It's
Pretty
gone.
much.
It's
Yeah.
gone.
So you're not going to travel. Yeah, it doesn't make
Exactly.
sense. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. But see, I don't it's not like I see people like I'm talking about my people, like people I grew up with. They're traveling to like I'm thinking, all right, if you travel to another state or something. No, they traveling to like Cancun and outside of the United States.
Hmm.
Like traveling, right? And I get it, because I'm gonna be 40, right? So, everybody I grew up with, they're turning 40. So I get it. But you gonna have to that 40 need to be postponed to 41 and 42, bro.
I
Like,
feel you.
so, you know what I mean? Like, let's be smart. Like, don't be 40 and end up in the hospital and broke. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I'm pretty sure you traveling, your health insurance ain't gonna cover that COVID bill, that Rona bill. Like,
Yeah.
and then the other thing is there was a discussion done on a certain person's panel about traveling and stuff, and somebody let the cat out the bag, which we already saying is everybody is they traveling for the girls, and they
Oh
paying
yeah.
for the
Shout out
girls.
for Punani. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
traveling for the dirty
Six
foot.
tourists. Yeah.
Yeah, sex tourism, and that's not what you want to be doing, man.
Hmm.
But this weekend, man, like I was down on the beach, man. Like after I finished, like we finished shooting and stuff like that, man. I was down on the beach, man. Got with my roster dude, man. Had some real jerk chicken, man. You know what I'm saying? Had some jerk chicken.
Who was that?
This is Japan, man. Down on the
Oh,
beach, man. Yeah, man. We got a whole bunch of Jamaicans over here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Jamaica's
you know,
everywhere.
they everywhere, man. They like Filipinos, Chinese, man. They everywhere,
I
right?
mean, black people. You talking about the Negro, a Yardie, and a
Yeah.
Nigerian? You gonna find one of them somewhere.
Somewhere, man, like in places you don't even think, man,
Hmm.
like where it's cold, you gonna find them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like real talk, like you gonna find them. It's cool, but it was good, man. Then we had some, you know what I'm saying. Then we had some oxtail too, bro. It was on the oxtail, bro. Oxtail was popping. You know what I'm saying? We was on that. It was a good time, man. Like, we
Damn,
was
man.
drinking Red Stripe beer and stuff, man. It was they was playing the music, you know what I'm saying, and hearing the
Mm.
brothers talk, having a conversation. And if I sat up here and argue with a dude, right? Because you hear this a lot. Man, you ain't been there. You ain't did that. You ain't do all of this. And I said, you don't got time to be sitting up here arguing with dudes, but like they say, show your work, right? Show
Mhm.
them receipts. You know what I mean? Like where you at? Like show them receipts. And you know, when you are not sitting up here and bothered by people's quote unquote opinion of you, and you're working and doing your thing. Like, I don't hang around people that's broke in real life. So I'm gonna sit up here on a live stream and argue with a broke person. Like, what do we don't have anything in common.
Nah, it's a Negro pastime.
Yeah.
It's a Negro pastime, man. Like I had this conversation, like and
Mm-hmm.
recently on because I still venture into these spaces, and I had these conversations on panels, and I be challenging brothers, and I be damn, like no one will say nothing to me because what I'm saying is the truth, and I say stuff like this all the time. Why in the world? Like I'm not even blaming the content creator no more. Why is you as grown ass men pulling up chairs listening to somebody who ain't never did anything, who ain't never been nowhere? That makes no sense to me. I mean, it's a simple question you got to ask yourself when they sitting here, quote unquote, teaching. You know, how?
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple question. How the fuck does he know?
Mm-hmm.
It's common sense, right? So I don't know what's going on with us, man. It seems like we get enamored by certain personalities, and and it's a lot of dudes out here who could talk fly and talk a certain way, man. But I stay in my lane. I don't talk about shit I don't know. I don't. You never sit me hear me sit me talk about the ins and outs of marriage and being married and all. Never. For what? I never been married. So I won't talk about that. Now I will talk about standards for marriage, like what I'm looking for in a woman before I would put a ring on it, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
I could talk about that, but I can't talk about being married because I've never been married. So and there's other things I just can't talk about. I will fall back on. That's called integrity. I'll just fall
Yeah.
back. Let it be. If you was really was saying talking about Navy stuff, I'll just be sit up here looking like chaos right now. I get a chaos. Just on the panel, just on the panel like chaos.
Oh no,
Get a
man.
chaos cameo because I don't have no input. I've never been on a ship.
Yeah, like what I mean. Like you ain't been on a cruise or nothing like that, right?
I've been on, yeah. I mean, I've been on a Navy ship, like walked on one, but I'm talking about serving on one. And
Oh
and
yeah.
living a Navy life. You know what I mean? I can't talk about
Yeah.
that. Now we can talk about military in general because our benefits are the same. And, it's a
Yeah,
culture shock.
my bad, bro. So, like this is I mean, these dudes, man, we sitting out there chopping it up, man, and these dudes decided they just want to come up and give us shots, man. It's tequila, man. This some good ass
Mhm.
tequila, man.
It's Japanese tequila.
No, no, no. It's Mexican. It's Mexican tequila, like real tequila from Mexico.
Okay. Aguave.
Let's go.
Yeah, we was drinking, man.
Oh,
Like,
so y'all allowed to get together in Japan? That's what's up.
yeah, this a private beach, man. It's a dude that own that shit. You do what the fuck you want.
Okay.
You got to be invited. Yeah, you got to be invited to be at that beach. You can't just roll up on that beach like that.
Okay. I know.
Yeah,
Japan has
yeah.
been one of the strictest countries on, COVID.
No, what they
Restrictions.
do is they got it broken up into sections. So Tokyo, you can't do nothing, man. They like locked off
Mhm.
like a whole bunch of stuff, man. Like they
Yeah.
locked off a whole bunch of stuff. They locked
I'm glad
off.
you're getting out, man. Shit.
Yeah, well, I was down there for business, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was really down there for business, but we were just taking some time, man. Like, you know what I mean? Because, we was running, man. I went like 3 days doing the project, man, damn near with like 3 hours of sleep. You know what I'm saying? Getting it. We was getting it. And it was, it was one of them things, man, when you just, when you work hard, play hard, like, these, And I mean, before COVID, yeah, 6-figure dude. After during COVID, no. You know what I mean? Like, no, like, you know what I mean? Unless I was in the stock market and I had that work, nah, bro, I wasn't really hitting how I wanted to hit in all of that. You know what I'm saying? And because you can't be sitting in the house, man, telling me that you people that were 6 figures took a major hits. You know what I'm saying? Like major hits, and you know what I mean. And this is us down at this is early in the day. This is the jerk chicken. See, they ain't no fake Jamaican dude that's playing. You know what I mean? You see, yeah, that's my man daughter in the back, and his wife. Yeah.
Okay. My bad. My bad.
I had to let you know. You know what I'm saying?
About to get my young MA on. Ooh.
Yeah. So this is his daughter. This is his wife right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know
They
what I'm saying?
look black and Chinese. Let me start. They
Blackanese, Blasian, Blackanese.
Yeah, I got that song. I got a song in my head from Quavo. Quavo and Travis Scott did an album together called Honcho Jack, and they got a song called Black and Chinese.
Yeah.
And the video was nothing but a bunch of half black, half Asian chicks.
Yeah.
It's ignorant as fuck. But anyway.
it is ignorant, man. Like it's one of them things, man. When you get out, man, I'm gonna show this last plate. Well, and this is us going down to the beach, man. Like down to the shoreline. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a and it's pretty cool. Like it's pretty cool, man. Like I was trying to get it from the car. Like we was rolling down in the car. And Japanese, man, they vans be looking like some super, like it they look like boxes, but the inside of them things is like like they got the big screen, touch screen. They got like Gundam coming out of the damn fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like got the Gundam coming out, man. But it's like, man, like why do you got time to be arguing with people, man, where you can just get out and get it, bro, and be productive?
This, we talk about this on other channels, and we talk about it here, and we talk about it in the past. It's this is like, I call it YouTube churches, but it's turned into cults, man. Like, and it's stagnant. It's like stagnant water because there's no flow to it no more. Just a bunch of people sitting around on panels. No matter where you go on Black YouTube, and they're there every day, and they got nothing else going on in life. And you know what? That's not funny. That's tragic. It's tragic, man, because it's a waste of life. You got to get the fuck out the house, man. You got to. And I would think after COVID, man, you would be dying to get out the house. Ride your bike. I'm into motorcycles, but if you just get a bicycle, man, and just ride and just get out the house, go do something, go hang out with some real people in real life, and have some food and don't forget how it feels to be around other human beings, man.
Exactly.
So I mean that's what I really got to say about the shit, man. It's like this YouTube stuff is cool because it creates a space where people could express themselves and get their ideas out and all whatever the case might be, and talk about whatever's going on in the the latest news and all that. But I mean, you gotta disconnect from this. Like when I get off here, I just get off here because you asked me to come up. I'm about to get a shower and leave the house.
Oh yeah, man. Nigga, it's like 1:30 in the morning, man. I got a convenience store across the street, nigga. I want something to eat, so I'm about to walk my ass over there. You know what I'm saying? I came back, man. Man, it's hot, man, when the sun beating you down, man. Look, bro, I'd have been dead, man. I couldn't do no picking, no cotton, no weather like this, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I get pissed. Sorry. It's really hot. It's really hot. I'd be like, man, they have my people out here from sun down up to sundown.
But here's the funny thing, right? Like, here's the funny thing. So you telling me you want me to work, right? and you sitting in the house drinking on some tea, watching us work in the fields, right? And here's my thing: you ain't gonna whip my ass in broad daylight. You ain't gonna whip all of our asses in broad daylight. And I'm gonna tell you, that's why a lot of them revolts happen. You know how black people act when they get hot, bro. They got short tempers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody trying to fight with nobody during the winter because it's too cold. But when it get hot, oh yo, we got all the energy to put them hands on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just now this right here was the lighthouse, man. We had to get up here, man. We was up here like 3 a.m, like before the crack of dawn. You know what I mean? So this is the lighthouse, man, and it's like overlooking like this up here lighthouse, man. And this is a park, man. Look how crispy this grass is. Like this glass is crispy, man. You know what I'm saying? So see this right here. It just
It's East or West Coast?
huh?
It's East or West Coast?
This is the peninsula, so it's in between. This is in between, but it's really on the it's on the east. It's on the west coast of Japan.
You know what I'm saying?
The East Coast
You're looking towards China right now?
Back here, yeah. If I'm going that way, yeah, you're going towards China that way.
Okay.
From here, and if this way over here, that's going towards you're going towards California that way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is, and like Mount Fuji's back there and shit. Like like this little mound back here off in the distance, that will be like Mount Fuji, like off in the distance and shit. Like, man, this right here, man. Like it's a good view, man. It's great, man. It's like, you know what I mean? That water's nice. All that, you know what I mean? All of that is great. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? It's just, I think motherfuckers need to relax, bro. Like they need to relax, man. Like you know what, man? Here's another one, bro. Here's another one. No dirty foots was spotted. No dirty foots was spotted, bro. Like it's no dirty foots was spotted, man. Like it you know what I mean? It just shows the ignorance of people, man. Like, yo, you travel somewhere to what? Because we know, Sean, I know, like, you know, if you out there running around looking for chicks, they're not out in the middle of the day like this. They're out at nighttime, so you ain't even seeing nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you ain't seeing shit.
You know, this is embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. It really is, man. I mean, like, dudes are so proud to be on the internet, literally promoting sex tourism. They proud of it. You know, I can't get no broads back where I'm at, you know, because how the women are. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a bone. Let's just say the women are just horrible all the way around. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the answer to that is not to go get the leftovers of somebody else's, man. Like, these cats act like they go into places where these women are virgins. You know, you're going to places that are known for sex tourism. That doesn't make sense. It's not like you're going to another first world country where the women, quote unquote, act better. You're going to, you know, poor countries, or, you know, or poor regions in certain countries to get women who are down on their luck, and you come in there as an American thinking that's supposed to give you some kind of weight based on how much money you have or how much more wealth you have than, say, one of them men. And that's how you're competing. So you're leading with your wallet. As soon as you get off the plane, you know, you're leading with your wallet. So that's as soon as you get off the plane, you're a trick. I don't care how you cut it, how you slice it, you know, because you're not coming on some dom game shit. That's why I always say travel for business. You know, when you're in a different place and you're handling business, that's a different context, and you're going to meet a different caliber of woman as well, you know, in those settings. But if you just running around, running to random women, you know, was it really random? They're looking for a come up. So, and if that makes you happy, you know, I mean, to me, that's just like, that's a serious L. I got too much pride to be walking around, you know, or traveling, spending thousands of dollars to travel and lay up somewhere else in a different country just to feel like a man. You know what I mean? I, that's some chump shit to me. I get why I get there's a lot of frustration. I get all that. My issue is that as men, if you feel like your environment is not suitable, then as men you change your environment.
Yeah, exactly. Now, see, Jay Sean, I know you into these houses and shit, man. So my man got his house, but I don't like it because he's too close to people. You know how I get with, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like it because he's too close to people. Well, it is Japan, so I give him some leeway. You know what I'm saying? But this is my man's house. He getting it worked on right now. You know, homeowner shit. Like, you got to do the scaffolding, get everything repainted. You know what I mean? Get the everything.
House redone.
Now you see them two doors right there, right?
Yeah. It's Japan.
So, yeah, this is Japan.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is like his in-laws. They just passed, but they lived on the left side, and his in-laws lived on the right side. So
Right.
it's two houses, you know what I mean? But this is a two floor over here, and that's, you know what I'm saying? And this over here is a two floor over there. Like, you know what I mean? So basically his in-laws passed, his mother and father-in-law passed away. So they basically got the whole house. And then there's a door where you can walk in between both houses and stuff. So just these doors alone is bread. Like, you know what I mean? And then all of this right here, like all of this on the back end,
Yeah.
that's his. All this is his land right here on the back end. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But you see people houses up in the
they
hills.
build houses like that. Well, I guess you know.
Shit. Yeah. You build it how you want, as long as you got the money, right?
Right.
Like, you can like he live in the hills, bro. Like,
That's nice.
this is the hills, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You got 3-car apartment. Yeah, like in California, you know what I'm saying? Got all that green and shrubbery, you know what I mean? Like, yo, just for them to put the scaffolding out on this crib, man, was like 40 racks.
Wow.
Just and it's a black dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't even talking about the work, Sean. We ain't talking about the work. And, you know, and he working construction, and this is a discount for him. You know what I'm saying? You can see how they putting the seal, the caulking down in the joints right here. You know what I'm saying? For y'all that sit up in your house and say you 6 figures and live in an apartment, these are house problems.
6 figures.
These are homeowner things. These are homeowner
I'm gonna
things.
start creating a new standard for 6 figures, man. Matter of fact, you're not 6 figures until you got to make 6 figures after taxes.
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, yeah. Like, this is a man. So obviously, now can I ask a question? Is this the quote unquote high value man right here? He ain't overseas, like working, you know what I mean, with no dirty foots. He's in a country.
No, he handling business. You got to. Yeah.
He gotta handle.
You know why? You know why I say houses are important. You know, for success as a metric of success in America. Well, first of all, getting a house in America is pretty easy. It's real easy compared to a lot of places on the world, in the planet.
Yeah.
See, on one end, in some places, you have to build the house from the ground up, right? So you have to have all the money up front. So say if you're building a house and say, I don't know, Belize, you know, you got to pay for that. You got to have that bread. You got to have the money. You know, you don't have a banking system that's like, yeah, we're going to give you a loan. And no, that exists in America because you're inside of a system. And they base that on your income and where you work and, you know, stuff like that. So they assume that risk based on the fact that you're going to get up every day, go to work, go to your 9 to 5 every day and come home. So, you know, so one thing in America is that it's based on credit. And it's one of the easiest ways to, you know, to get a home is the credit system we have in America. So if you have enough money just to cover the down payment, you should be in a house. So what I'm saying is this. So say you need, excuse me 1 second. Let me clear my throat.
Yeah, no problem.
So say you have a house that's $350,000 and you got to put 10% down. You know what I mean? That's 35. That's 35. Excuse me. That's it. 35,000. Say the house is $350,000.
Yeah.
And you got to put 10% down because your credit is not that great, but you have to put 10% down. Yeah. And, you know, let's say they cover closing costs and, you know, first time owner, they do a lot of special things for you and you don't have to worry about none of that stuff. And and they even defer your PMI. So you just got to come up with 35 grand. What you're basically telling me is if you a so-called millionaire or a six-figure person, is that you don't have the cash to put down the money for a home. All right, and that's on the worst end, because if your credit's better, you don't have to put up the 35,000. But if your credit, say your credit is bad, or or regular, you gotta have the down payment. And some banks, they want 20%. So what you're proving is that you just don't have the cash. It's not that you don't have the money for the house. I'm not gonna sit here and bang nobody over the head. Hey man, you didn't have $400,000. You didn't have $350,000. You broke. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you didn't have 35 grand, nigga.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't have 35 grand. You know what I mean? You didn't have 35 grand. And on top of that means you couldn't even borrow 35 grand. Now I could put $30,000 in your face right now and borrow $30,000 at the same goddamn time. So that means we're in a different economic situation. So when I see certain niggas talking about they're in a different class, what class you talking about?
Facts.
What class you talking about, man? Now this talk right here, I don't like it because there are a lot of black people who can't afford to be in this conversation at all, right?
That's sad. So that's the sad part.
No, that's reality. And I don't look down on my people, but I think you're making a mockery of our situation as black people in America, or you're making a mockery of the game when you sit there in front like that. You're making a mockery of it because there's people who can't even get out their situation for whatever reason, right? And you sitting here acting like you're something you're not. Well, the truth of the matter is, anybody who's teetering or on the cusp of becoming a homeowner, they should be getting real game. They should be getting real ideas. They should be seeing somebody having a real experience. So when I come to find out that some individuals are out here moving around and moving and they renting again, I'm like, well, how the fuck is that bossing up? I'm gonna tell you what bossing up is. Bossing up is in 2016. I call my daughter into the kitchen and I say, you know what? We're gonna buy a house. I just made a decision. We're ready. We've been ready. We're gonna buy a house. I call Tiff. We're gonna look at houses this weekend. You gonna come? Sure. And that's me and my daughter having a family discussion.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. It's not no diva moment. It's not flamboyant. It's simple. And then you gotta go through the process, DeAndre. It's not. So when people are making fun of this shit, especially coming from where we come from, a lot of us coming from the bottom. It's not funny to me. I come from the bottom. You know what I mean? You understand? I come from roaches and mice.
Getting set out, nigga. Ain't nothing like being on the bottom, but getting your furniture put on the curb and seeing crackheads snatch your shit up. Nigga, that's you know what I'm saying? That shit is embarrassing, man. You sitting there, you know what I mean, where you gotta make decisions, and the decision is it's better to be in the house with no lights or no water or no gas than to be evicted.
Yeah.
You gotta, you know what I mean?
For me to get to that point, to have the conversation with my daughter, we had a lot of ramen noodle nights, man. You know what I mean? Man, you have to tighten your belt. So when a nigga sit up there fronting with all these nigga trinkets, and then you don't have the 35 grand, you know what I'm saying? What have you been doing?
You know what I'm saying?
5 years.
Now, here's another thing, man. And I'm like, because I'm gonna be the devil's advocate, but I'm not. We're not here to argue. This is just a discussion. There are rich people that don't own a home because they're always constantly on the move. They lease condos.
Well, actually, they do have a property somewhere. They have
somewhere.
They have a family home. They have a They have because for tax purposes, you have to have a tax haven. Yeah. You'll have a beach home, something. They'll have something somewhere. But I know what you're saying. They won't have multiple homes. They'll, because they go through the process of buying and all that. They'll just lease out a property, or they'll be owned or leased out by their company. So it becomes a tax write-off. You know what I mean? So, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that's you know what I mean. So if you see a person like myself, I got 3 houses. They just ain't in Japan. They're in England. They're in Scotland. You know what I'm saying? I was renting a home. This is the first time in my life I lived in an apartment outside of the projects. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, in Baltimore. So this is the first time in 20 years and some change, or 25 years and some change, I actually lived in an apartment. So, but my house, I can't get to my house right now. And I'm here doing business. So it makes sense. I said, but I'm not paying on that because those homes are paid off. They're owned. Like I'm paying property taxes in pounds in a different currency.
That shit must be expensive as hell.
Yeah, it is, man. It is, man. Shit, we about to sell one of them. Yeah, we about to sell one of them motherfuckers, bro. Like, I'm just being honest with you. But you know what I mean? But like you're trying to say,
England is real.
Ain't no listen, man, it's like 27, 28, 32% on estate taxes. That means if you die and pass down money to your kids and stuff,
man,
you know what I'm
to
saying?
The chopper, man. Somebody got shot.
That's
money.
Why you think you always see these British rich dudes in these third world countries, man, walking around with these dirty foot chicks?
Yeah.
Because if you're outside of the country, you ain't paying that 30%.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Before you go any further, Dre.
Yeah.
I'm not against you sex touring. Just admit it.
There you go.
The white boys admit it.
Yeah, they do it all the time. They openly
it's funny. I was talking to a white dude 2 weeks ago, and he's talking about how he's going over to Prague, you know, to get his bed bath and all that. Got a new haircut. He got to go trick. Go fuck with them hoes. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, and they don't have no qualms about it. It's funny how these same people always use the culture, the black culture, to put down the black culture, you know, put down black women, black men, whatever, as their excuse for having to go somewhere else. But the truth of the matter is, when you put down your culture, you're elevating other cultures. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Asian men, white men, go to, you know, working women, and it's understood. That's what it is.
Latino men do it too. Everybody, I'm like,
everybody. White women are going down to Jamaica and East Africa,
South Africa. You know what I mean?
Buying niggas and shit. Yeah, buying it.
Yeah, behind it. Yeah. Oh, you know what I mean? Yeah, their husband done died. They done got their money. They ain't had to do nothing. They been a housewife forever. They getting all of their Pornhub fantasies on and pop. Yeah. You know what I mean? BBC World. Yeah. You know what I mean?
We ain't talking about young women either. We talking about like late 40s, early 50s. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just like, these women look like Gargamel, but they going down and getting stroked.
And they paying the price, you know what I mean? And dude is doing it for his village.
This is the world we live in, and there's no argument. So why you're making a moral argument for doing immoral shit?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just own it. Yeah. I'm going down here. You know, I don't feel like arguing with these women. You know, I'm going out here and just buy my happiness. Okay, fine, do you? You know, but don't act like, you know, but don't create arguments as it's the solution. You know, and then try to sell that to young men, because then you're gonna run into people like me in the world. I'm gonna say, no, hold up, nigga, no, hell no,
bro.
Because if y'all, this is the kind of bullshit y'all on. That represents me as an African American Negro.
Yeah,
that represents me.
Yeah.
See, some dudes are so far in their head they forget that you're part of a group. So when you're in the world, they might see you as black at first, but as soon as you open your mouth, oh, this is a Negro, this is an American. And you know what I mean? And now whatever y'all doing out there consistently gives us a reputation.
Yep.
You can't tell me I can't care about that.
Exactly. You know what's the funny part is, and this is something that I was having a conversation with somebody, and I said, you know, just in travel, right? We as black people, right? We try to claim more of the African, you know, descent than the Africans that's actually from Africa when they travel. Mm-hmm. Like, you think about it. Yeah. Like, you know, when black people travel, they go get back to their roots. They wearing dashikis, they wearing all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when the Africans travel, what's the first thing they say? I'm from New York. What part of New York? Uptown. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, my mother's calling me, but I'm gonna call her back. I know she
wants. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna play this one real quick, man. This is me going down the coastline after we left the beach, man. Had some good food, had some good drinks, man. You know what I mean? So this is the coastline. This is the whole coastline going down. Right? You know what I'm saying? Just getting that coastline action as we roll down and stuff in the car. Like, and these are
crib. Look at that crib on the water.
Oh, yo, this Beverly Hills.
They got garages
bro.
like that?
Yeah, this Beverly Hills, bro. This is I live in the I used to live in the Beverly Hills area, bro. This is the Beverly Hills.
You know what, man? If Japan didn't have, I like Japan. I like Japanese culture. Yeah, I would invest in a home in Japan if it wasn't for fucking typhoons and earthquakes, man. Yeah.
I'm like,
that's why I can't rock with Cali. You know what I mean? They got earthquakes and wildfires. I'm like, hell no.
Yeah, man. Like,
burn my house down, man. I be on TV crying like a bitch, snot bubbles and everything, man. Oh my God, I lost it all.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna rebuild.
I lost it all, man. Look at this nigga on the TV crying like a bitch.
Look at this, man. Like, nah, man. Look, I didn't get the ones in the back in the hills. These are the ones on. Like, think about it. Like, okay, you see this? You saw it was nothing but ocean down, right? So these things are on the cliff. They built on the cliff. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, man. Look at these houses, bro. Like, look.
Yeah, they're nice.
Look at that. Look at this. Reminds me of something like inside, man. Malibu, it looked like a U.S. house, man. Marble floors, everything, bro. Like, look, they building right here. Look, they tore something down and they building again, bro. Like, and the crazy thing is the people, they own their land, so they got a piece of the beach. Like, you ain't just got the house on the beach.
But Dre, I'm telling you right now, man, I be crying like a bitch. I can own the land all you want, but the land is gone. Fucking land is in the water. I'm like, what the fuck? What I'm gonna do now? It's all fucked up now. I couldn't handle it, man.
I just fall off in the ocean.
I'm a strong dude, man, but my whole house is going, nigga. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like that mudslide, bro.
Yeah,
like the
man.
Like, oh my God.
Sit in the road, man. You know, it's all over. There's nothing to live for. You know, I'll be in despair, man.
listen, Shy, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like, I'm actually on my way down, right?
Is that Joe in the chat room?
Is Joe? That's my man. That's my man, CJ. You're hiatus and shit. My man be going down the hill. He was over here. He was over here for a minute.
Yeah.
He was over here for a minute, man. And he lived up there, like on the other side of Mount Fuji.
Oh, that's right. Other homie from Japan.
Yeah.
The other brother. Gotcha.
So he the other brother Joe, he about to bounce, man. He about to bounce. He talking about going back to Vietnam or going to he talking about going to Malaysia. Because he was in Vietnam and Cambodia. Yeah, he going to Malaysia.
He should go back to Vietnam. Vietnam is probably better. Malaysia.
Yeah, no, he was there. You know, he young, man. He young and he ain't attached to nothing.
Malaysia's a shit, but it's like it's one of those things you should have been there 20 years ago or 15 years ago. It's expensive now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
it's expensive now. You know what I'm saying? I told him, like, man, like, if you live on the edge of Malaysia, like near Vietnam and Cambodia, you know, because it's all like one like straight line and shit, then you can get it. But you know what I mean, it's like what is like he was telling me the cost. He was telling me like if you pay like $500 a month because everything over there is included when you rent stuff. He said downtown Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, you paying $500 a month, you get like a 3-bedroom condo, everything included with a gym. Now you know what I mean. Yeah. Now you know what I mean. Like now you go to Vietnam. You know what I mean? If you ain't in Hanoi, you know what I'm saying?
The reason I say Vietnam is because you look at Malaysia and Singapore and you just go back 50 years and you see how they built up, that's what's going to happen to Vietnam next.
Oh, yeah.
Vietnam's going to be the next Asian country that builds up. You know what I mean? And then, for instance, let me share my screen in a second. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. I was just watching this the other day. This is stuff I watch all the time, man. I'm a nerd. I know I'm a cool nigga and all that, but I'm actually a nerd. I watch shit like this all day, and I literally watch this stuff all day. I promise you I do. Let me find this documentary I was just watching the other day. It's about how they were building a conservatory. We heard it right here. Let me I got it on the screen. Hold on.
All right. Let's see.
Wait till the commercial goes away. And then I'll share my screen. All right, hold on.
Let me see.
All right, so. All right, so anyway, here we go. Yeah, where were you at? Where's your tab? Okay, my bad. I got too many tabs open.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, share screen,
All right.
share audio. All right, here we go.
Oh no, there you go. All right, so add string. There you go.
All right, let me know when you can see it.
Yeah, I see it's up.
All right, so I'm watching stuff like this. This is construction of iconic, elaborate gardens in Singapore, and I watch mega structure like Spark. This channel Spark and B1M. B1M is another channel. My two favorite channels on YouTube, hands down. Hands down. I watch some shits religiously. You know what I mean? If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out Spark and then check out B1M. It's three, the letter B, the number one, and the letter M. That's actually probably my favorite channel, B1M. Incredible ingenuity and engineering going around the world. And they're building structures around the world. So let me show you what they're building. They're building a conservatory in Singapore on the water where they're bringing in plants from all over the world. And it's a state-of-art structure, and they're showing you how to put it together. And you got to remember, this is a place where they're putting it on the water where they have typhoons. It's on the Singapore's on the equator, so it's always hot. So how are they going to keep it, the temperatures right inside the conservatorium so, the plants don't die? Because all plants are not, grown in the same climates. You know what I mean? So, I mean, just incredible stuff, man. So let me see if I can find. Let me go back to the beginning.
Oh, you may want to mute the audio so I don't get hit with the YouTube.
All right, here we go.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, you don't need to listen to that anyway. Yeah. So let me go back. This is what it's supposed to look like when it's finished.
Oh yeah, right. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. So they building. All right. So basically on the waterfront, you look across the way away from. You see the two conservatoriums right here, and then they're gonna have like these tree gardens. These mechanical. I forgot what they called them. Tree structures made out of concrete, and they're gonna show you how they pieced it and built it together. And it's built already. You know what I mean? So from concept through the process, and then it's built. And this is the things that's going on in the world. And across the water, they got another garden over here, and this is prime real estate they're giving up too. By the way, they could have been throwing up condos and trying to make money off this, but they said nah. So let me fast forward to the end. And they show you how they built it, how they did the foundation, dealing with the clay levels of clay and sand. They had to drill through and to make it sturdy. But let me see if I can get to the end. And I'm just watching these engineers, man, do their thing. And it's a consortium of Black Africans and Indians and white men. You know what I mean? This is it. And this type of stuff that goes on in the world that I'm paying attention to. And I watch this shit religiously. I watch documentaries like this all the time. And it's like so much going on in the world. So that also informs me though of the level of wealth, right? And how the economy is doing in that part of the world. So when I look at Malaysia, I look at how much it costs to live there, and I'm like, God damn. You know what I mean? But I also know back in the day, 20 years ago, if you wanted to start a business then, it was smart to do it then, and then you would have got a property, you would have been living in, you've been good. But now you're gonna have to buy in, baby. You're gonna have to buy in big. Yeah. And Vietnam is gonna be the next thing like this because their economy is stable.
Look at them temperature gauges, man. I'm like the engineer in me, man, like the industrial engineer in me, man, like seeing, like people don't even understand, man, that temperature gauge alone by itself, you know what I'm saying? Like with the numbers on it and it can read like that. Like you don't gotta refer, it's not like a gauge that's sitting there and then you gotta go back to the console.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? It's right there.
Now I want to say this. I want to throw Patrick under the bus because I don't know Patrick. This guy on the screen. But these men get to travel around the world doing what they do.
Yeah.
Right. And whether they got wives back home or whatever, I don't know. I'm not getting their business. But these are the ones that fuel the brothels in Singapore and Malaysia.
The 4 floors of whores.
Right. So if you're trying to get a release or whatever the case might be, as a man, I'm not here to control your penis.
Yeah, that's
how you do it. But y'all not traveling for that. Y'all not doing anything. Y'all just a bunch of vagabonds. You know?
Actually, what y'all doing is y'all getting his leftovers at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
He trying to wife the chick. He bought her, went back to his wife or whatever. You know. Let's keep it real too. Some of these white boys, they keep them too, but that's their prerogative. I ain't them.
But here's the
We ain't
thing.
them.
Here's the thing, Sean. Here's the other thing that they don't talk about. These white boys that do that, they have a company expense account. Like that's the other thing that they don't know. Like these dudes is traveling and stuff, they got a company and then they have an expense
they
account.
put it on the card. Yeah, they put
you know what I'm saying? And even if they don't have a company, they work
because it shows up on the card as Dragon Dynasty's Steakhouse.
Yeah, it don't show up at the card as, you know what I'm saying, Mrs. Kyle's whole house. My whole, my whole. It doesn't, you know what I mean? And here's the other thing, right? If you smart, you got your per diem. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes is getting like, you know what I'm saying? The dudes that get like, you know, if you're working for the government and stuff, that's a whole different ballgame. But this is private company. So these dudes are getting about like $600, $700, $800 a day in per diem. Right. And then they staying in these fly spots. And then they get to the point where they got maids. They smashing down the maids in the crib, bro. Like, you know, Singapore, that dude living in a nice condo. He ain't even driving in Singapore. He got a driver. Like, you know what I mean? They got an assistant.
That shit is finished. You know, remember that contraption that was showing you, that cooling contraption?
Look at that, man. That's a whole structure just to cool down thing, man. That's basically the whole building is nothing but an AC.
Yeah, it's controlling the climate, you know, and they got smaller ones for smaller rooms and all that kind of stuff.
Look at that.
Everything is
about to make compressed.
In Singapore, they got to think about power consumption.
Yeah.
Right. So for the power of this contraption, they're using wood chips, dead trees.
Yep.
To burn and create steam to turn a turbine.
Yeah.
It's incredible. You know what I mean? And you know, you're like, hold up, that's not new technology, but it's clean.
Yeah, it's clean. I'm like, and the reason why it's clean is they're not burning like a log of wood. They're burning wood chips. Like it's a smaller footprint. And then here's the other thing that people don't understand is that when they get the charcoal, because it's coming off of those coconut trees, right? They compress the charcoal. And that's the best charcoal you can have is coconut charcoal and bamboo charcoal because it burns medium heat but long lasting. You know what I mean? So when you going out there to barbecue, a lot of American charcoal is like 20% coming from that. That charcoal is then compressed and turned into briquettes or turned into like cooking stuff. So when you go down to these certain countries with these dirty foot chicks and you bought them a stove, they were cooking on the excess waste of something from Singapore.
Right. So right now they're gonna use one of these 26 trees structures. These man-made trees.
Yeah.
That's what these long stacks are, and they have they're gonna put trees on them, but they're gonna put a chimney in one of them.
Okay.
For exhaust. That's the chimney.
Okay, you know?
So now, matter of fact, you see that in the background? That's that hotel. You see that hotel with the 3 buildings, and it got the thing on top, and on top, got the pools and all that. Yeah, that's the main feature in Singapore. You know, a main attraction. I forgot what it's called, but it's iconic. Anyway, man, I just look at this and I see all these men building and doing work, man, and this is what I thrive off of, and this is the world I live in. We build structures. See, in the middle, working for DOD, you know, and as a contractor and as a civilian, we build structures out. We build out. You know, I'm always in installations. And matter of fact, you know what? Let me show you the end of this.
Hold on.
I'm gonna show you where I used to work.
So now y'all probably say like, you know, what the fuck? All right. So what they're actually doing is right, because when the steam comes off, at the end of the day, it's not pure steam. There's some mixing of carbon dioxide and all types of
burning shit. Yeah,
you're burning shit. Yeah. So if you got the trees around, the trees breathe in carbon dioxide and push out oxygen. You know what I'm saying? So the trees is actually filtering the air as it the exhaust as it comes out, basically like a Cadillac converter, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, yeah, like that's actually fucking genius. That's
yeah, man.
actually
They
fucking
thought of everything,
genius.
man. So let me get past this real quick. This is
Yeah,
them putting this lower down the stack into the middle of one of the structures. But this is them right here putting the plants on and making it green and that whole structure. All of them are going to turn. These skulls go. You see what I'm saying? See what they're doing?
yeah,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
creating a man-made tree. And then so it's just a beautiful facility that they're putting together, and there's so much shit like that going around the world, and they show you how they move in different plants from around the world, different trees from around the world. There, you know what I mean, and it's just incredible to see what it turns into, man. You
And
know,
that right there, like, and that's smart, bro. Because then, guess
mhm.
what happens? The
That's the
tree
man right
gets.
there,
Oh
Mr.
yeah,
Tran. Yeah, he's running shit. Yeah,
like and the tree gets roots on the building, and he puts the last bolt in it. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Like somebody gonna have to come back and tighten that up. That wasn't done too well. But but
yeah. So
if
this is
you
how it
think
looks when it's
about
finished.
it,
Yeah,
ooh,
exactly.
bro,
It's incredible,
like
man.
you know what I'm saying? Look at that, man. Look at that.
This is look, man. We can sit here all night. Literally
Yeah,
all night. I can go through a lot of other shit that's going on in the world. There's some incredible things going on in the world,
yeah,
engineering wise. So that's why so let's go back to black people for a second.
yeah.
It has to be an inferiority complex, Dre, because it's
Mhm.
not just that we don't see ourselves having power. We don't see ourselves in the world building anymore.
There you
This
go.
cat said, "Kill me." That was sitting, the Hotep sector, right? We
Mhm.
built civilization. We didn't. Okay, what are you doing? Okay, if that's how you feel about it, what if you feel that we're so great, then won't you be? What was the tradition of it? If you know what I mean, don't talk about it, be about it. Going back to what you was talking about in the beginning of this video, the law, the ninth law of power. Just do the action, baby. Show it.
Yeah,
So let me
show it.
start sharing my screen. Let me show you something. And I found this on the internet, and then so it's
Hmm.
just I can show it to you. It's not something I have to worry about. Get in trouble for showing you guys. This is it's a secure facility that was on ABC. So we put this in here.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's in here. Information. All right. This is a place I used to work and I helped build. I have a bunch of videos, not videos, pictures on a jazz drive.
Hmm.
And I'm actually in this video in the background. This is on ABC. Let me see if I can find the video. Here it is. It's a grainy video. Yep, this is the facility I used to work at. All right, so I'm gonna show you this video, and you're gonna
Okay.
bug out. This is in Virginia, and this is the place I worked at. This is where I got my wings. I'm only gonna do this for your channel.
Okay. Appreciate it, bro.
This is an exclusive.
Appreciate it.
All right, this is an
Exclusive.
exclusive. Yeah, this is an exclusive. I'll share my screen. Let me know when you got. That's the video is grainy, but let me see if I can
Let me
quality up. Nah,
get
it's
you
all good.
all up on the screen. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it full screen action.
Yeah. So
We're trying to cause trouble for the National Security Agency.
all right. So before I go any further, you know those guys that got in trouble when Bush was in office for collecting data, and they were
Yeah.
collecting phone records on it. That was Heath and Alexander. Those guys worked for them. So they left this place and went to NSA, and they brung over Object Sciences and all those guys. I work with all those guys. I know all those people. I can name them by name. I know these people by name. I've been to lunch with them, Red Hot and Blue chilling. I worked when we built the IDC together, and I'm
Yeah.
one of the 10 people in the world who actually has a shirt with the information dominance signet on it. It's in my bag. It's in one of my boxes somewhere. And and it says information dominance. And the guy that designed this place was a guy that used to do set design for Star Trek for Disney.
Oh.
Yeah. So he designed this room you're about to see. And this is where I work. And my mother and my stepfather came here to visit me once in Virginia. I took them to this facility. They was like, what the fuck is this? They don't even know places like this exist in the government. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
So what you about to see is incredible. Watch this.
The messages were supposed to trick NSA computers on the lookout for that sort of thing.
Let's see.
The NSA said there was very little effect, although the incident does point out how far the internet has progressed. Hackers, terrorists, even entire nations can now conduct war online. Here's ABC's Jack Smith.
Just as planes and tanks dominated war in the 20th century, so it is believed the internet will dominate war in the next.
We are in cyber warfare right now. The enemy is making...
Pause. I got a picture with him giving me an award when I was in uniform. This is my man.
Yeah.
I'm going to send it to you in the back chat.
All right.
I'm going to send you a photo of me and him. Him giving me an award. This is my man, Jim Givens. Cool ass dude, man. But anyway, I used to work for him. He used to be the director of a place called Leeward that turned into a command. And there was a section called ACERT that turned into Army Cyber Command. So these guys, these are hot shots in the Army intelligence. All right.
Yeah. 2
commands were built out of this location. I just want you to understand that.
in reconnaissance attempts on Army networks all the time.
And future
right there. All right, so go back.
The enemy is making reconnaissance attempts on Army networks all the time.
See that? You see that sign?
Yeah.
I have a golf shirt with that sign on it because I was one of the 10 people who helped build the place. And this is like, so when I say I've done certain things, you know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. But this facility was incredible because it was all cubicles down there. And we built this place out. And when I was a soldier, and I'm getting an award because of the work we did down there from him. I got a photo of that.
And future cyber wars could be fought from here, the Army's Information Dominance Center outside Washington.
This is our situation.
That's my conference room right there. Under this table, you can stand up because it's all raised floor. Yeah. And so now, my responsibility in this facility is all the AV. So from the screen that you're looking at through the glass, that screen. When 9/11 happened, we was in this room having a meeting, and then when we came out of because these glass windows and door, there's a sliding door right there. You can't see it, but that the curtain comes down to close out the room, so for privacy. So when the curtains opened up, that's what we're looking at, a building on the screen on the main floor. The tower's on fire. One of the towers on fire, and then we saw the second plane hit while I was standing right there in the middle of IDC. This is where I was when 9/11 happened.
Room.
ABC News was given.
All right, you see this lady right here with the blonde hair?
Yeah.
That's a warrant officer. And that's me right there in the background with the white T-shirt on behind her. I'm that black guy in the background.
With the T-shirt on?
No, I got a white shirt. I got a T-shirt
with the T-shirt on?
No, man, white shirt, man. Behind her, you can't.
Oh,
you can see me. Yeah, with the receipt headline, that's me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
you ain't had no Chelsea boots on, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, no Chelsea boots, man. Just a shirt and tie. And the old girl right here. There's a funny story because there was a colonel down there, a lieutenant colonel, that I used to get into it with. One morning, Newt Gingrich was coming to the facility. Was doing a dog and pony show for Newt Gingrich, right? It was like 4 something in the morning. He's talking crazy. We get into a heated argument on a bench that's right behind them, and she's in the middle of us, and she's like, "Oh my God." You know what I mean? And she's like right between us while we're yelling at each other.
An exclusive look inside.
Right here. We were standing right here where that guy's sitting.
Restricted facility, which tracks some of the 250,000 hacker attacks every year on the Pentagon's computer network.
Oh my God, it brings back memories. I used to work with these people, man.
We watched an attack.
And very clearly we were able to see that 2 big areas of concern in that transmission have floated up to the surface.
And it's not just hacking. At the Information Dominance Center, specialists use cutting-edge software.
God damn, man.
Mountains of data.
You should bring back memories. That's to work with these people, man.
Every day.
It was Osama bin Laden's bank accounts.
If we wanted to.
Anyway, these Starlight tools, and they had to change the name of it, but that's how they would collect data.
Yeah.
You know, so listen to what he's about to say right now, and then you understand how they got in trouble.
Cutting-edge software to sort through mountains of data in seconds and can trace anything on the internet.
Let's say it was Osama bin Laden's bank accounts.
If we wanted to focus on Osama bin Laden's bank accounts, we could focus on Osama bin Laden's bank accounts. We don't do that.
But the CIA reportedly.
That nigga
lying like shit. Yeah, we was collecting all kind of shit.
To use the internet to manipulate foreign bank accounts and even sabotage an enemy's infrastructure.
So anyway, I just wanted to show you that, man. That was real cool, man. Stainless steel build, and that's to build that. I helped build that place out as far as designing the AV walls and stuff, and the AV systems. And behind that wall, was 12 projectors made by Raytheon, and we had 18 in rotation because 6 were always out for refurbing. So they would send me to Richardson, Texas for training, and I'll be down in Texas for 2 weeks at a time, learn how to build DLP projectors from the ground up, just being proficient on all that stuff, man. And the reason I'm showing this is that that's the world I live in. So I'm always enamored by technology, innovation, building, but I'm not talking about it from a comic book standpoint. I'm talking about doing it. You know what I mean? Getting in it. Stop talking about what other people are doing. What are you doing? You know what I mean? What are you doing to build something and to be part of a project? You know what I'm saying? Just playing your part in the project to build something on this planet to push civilization forward. That's what we're supposed to do as men, and so when I hear guys talking on the internet, I get frustrated because they haven't done anything. They're not been a part of anything. Dude, I've done facilities all over DC. All over. That's just one. All over DC. After I left the IDC, when I left that organization, man, I went to the Pentagon and I worked for the top brass there. And when I left there, I became what you call the independent contractor, basically a gun for hire.
Right.
So from Red Cross headquarters to DIA all over, and I've seen a lot of incredible shit. One of the most impressive systems I've ever seen from an AV standpoint, as far as scale, is an NOAA over in Suitland, Maryland. Right next to right next door to the Census Bureau, and in Suitland, Maryland, it's NOAA is a National Oceanic Air and Atmosphere, something like that agency, and it's underground. And so you see it, it's like a mound, but it has a face, but it's covered with grass, and it goes down into the ground. And look, man, I went in that bitch, and I had to do a job in there one time, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like a kid in the candy store.
Yeah,
we had to have ladders and this like permanent scaffolding behind the projectors, just so you can access. That's how high up and how big the projector systems are. But mostly, I was there because of the Synelec processes, which is now Planar. Planar bought the technology from Synelec. I could sit all night and talk about this shit. I know about this industry. I'm in the industry. There's only a handful of black engineers in the AV industry, and I was one of them. And I was one of the best ever.
Yeah.
All right? I'm proving what? I'm known from all but not East Coast. I'm known throughout the whole industry. And I stand out like a sore thumb. So, I had a real good time building out these installations, maintaining them, updating them, upgrading them. It was like some of it was hard work, man, but it was fun to do something new, to do something that was never done before. I got at least 3 of those on my hands. Just putting AMX and Extron together in the same room and having 2 days late the best engineers that come work on my panels to create code that I needed specifically for one facility, and then that code becomes macros that they use today. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like seeing a development or something. And
you sit there developing on the pad like, no, John, I need this to happen. And then right after that, I need 7 seconds delay. And then, you know what I mean? Just working on macros and then playing with it and see how it works. You got to do it over and over and over again. That way, anybody can come to the touch panel and it does what it's supposed to do.
I got a question for you, right? Even when you was talking about earlier, when you was getting into it with the colonel about something, right? Even if it was an argument, there was an action that took place after that. You know what I mean? Because men in power, when they argue, you know what I mean? Like there has to be an action because there has to be a solution. People don't even understand that war derives from an argument, a disagreement, and the act of war itself is an action.
Right.
Because you're not talking past that point because nothing's going to get done. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like nothing's going to get done. Like, everything is an action and then there's a reaction. But when you sit up there arguing, it's not, nothing's happening.
In fact, I'm gonna take a picture right now and show it to you. Y'all gonna bug out when y'all see this photo. This is what you call receipts.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you call receipts. Let me do this. All right. Well, I don't want to put my name on here. So, that's what I don't want to do. But let me see something real quick. These called receipts, man. All right. Oh, oops. No, go ahead, keep talking while I'm transferring this
Yeah.
from my phone.
Yeah, so this is like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm not doing the laws in order. I'm just doing the laws that apply to me. To most of the, like, so when I get up here and I do these random thoughts and just talk, you know what I mean? It's really is, you know what I mean? I wanted to give it some type of substance. I don't want to just be sitting up here blabbing without no receipts or having a detailed, like an intelligent conversation. If you want to sit up here and watch me talk, you know, maybe I'm messing up, John. Maybe I need to be in a car.
What do you mean?
You know, like maybe I need to like sit in a car.
Oh, that solidifies you.
Yeah, that's so because I don't know, man. Like Derek Jackson sat in the car, he got off. Like I noticed it. Like with Black, you got to start off in the car. Like I'm actually like I didn't start off in the car, so maybe that's what's the problem. You know what I mean? I don't know because I'm not in the cultism. I'm not in the running the cult. Like you know what I mean?
I'm into reality, man. Just go out here, do what you do, man. Do the best you can do at the best of your ability, and stop all the clown work. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
You know, stop all the clown shit. Stop acting like you're something you're not. You know, and that's all I really have to say. So, you know, So I got it. I got to download it. I got to rotate this bitch now.
Yeah, he got the secret phone. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, good. Yeah, my name was blurred out, but here we go. So you saw that guy on the tape, right? So let me share my screen. I said the tape. That's what it was from. It was from a VHS. So let me share. I could do this. It's not a big deal. Window, photo. There we go. Can you see that?
Hold on. Let me see. Add stream. Yeah.
That's me and Jim Gibbons.
Yep. We'll put it on the front. Yeah.
It's me and Jim Gibbons, man. I'm getting an award. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's called a receipt.
That's the receipt.
All right, that's the receipt. That's me as a soldier getting an award, you know, from the same man you just saw on ABC. I got 100 of those. I just can't, you know, some things I can't show, you know, or I don't want to show. You feel me? You know, but I found that on YouTube, and I was like, this is on YouTube. For some reason, I was just thinking one day, you know, sometimes you don't think about searching for certain things, you know. And one day I just typed in, you know, Information Dominance Center, ABC, because I knew that happened. That was on ABC. I knew that happened, right? So I was just curious to see if it was on YouTube. And sure enough, somebody put that shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, so what I just showed you is on YouTube, you know, so, you know, so I can't, you know, and it was a spot on ABC News. So it's not like something I can't show you. But there's other things I just don't want to go through clearance. You know, I don't want to clear. I want to go through the security and none of that shit. For what? Just to prove what to these niggas?
Nah, man.
They don't care about reality. You know what I mean? They don't care.
No. Because they're trying to win through an argument and not no action. You know, because if you're about your actions, you ain't got time you don't have time to be in an argument. You're proven right. Even if you like a person can say like to a certain degree, like, yo, like you can't tell me about relationships if you've never been in one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't tell me about raising children if you never had any. Now that doesn't mean you were successful at it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or you weren't, or you were successful at it. Like, and the only time you're actually successful at a marriage is when one of you dies because you finished the contract. That's it. Like that, or you're successful as a parent when you die first before your kids because you're not here no more. So the parent, you did your job as a parent. Like it's a lifelong commitment, even when they get grown. Like, so what this basically means is if you've never failed or succeeded at something, then that means you never did it. So what are you just giving an opinion? You're just arguing a point with no proof, with no substance, man. You know what I mean? And what another man does, that's just your opinion. And we all can have them, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's it for me, man. We coming up on the 2 hour mark. It's like almost 2:30 in the morning. I'm about to go run across here because we got these 24-hour convenience stores that be popping over here. So I'm about to go get me something.
Can I just say something real quick?
Oh yeah, go, bro.
I was gonna say, went through your actions, never through an argument. It's just about work, man. You know what I mean? Just do the work. Stop talking so much. Stop the church shit. That's that emotional church shit where you talk all day and you hoop and holler and you feel good just from that bullshit conversation or whatever you got off your chest. But if you truly inspired, man, you roll your sleeves up and do something. You get involved in something. You'll be a part of something. You'll build something. So that's all I want to say.
You know what? To piggyback off of that, and we're about to roll up out of here, fam. I think the realest, I like to watch movies. We all watch movies, man. But I'm really into it. I'm actually revisiting a lot of movies to get a director's perspective, how they did it, right?
Yeah.
And I went back and I watched Malcolm X, Spike Lee, right? I think, as far as all the Spike Lee's movies, that's probably the best one he ever made. That one right there, right? And remember when Malcolm was sitting out there, right? He was standing out there and he was standing on the ladder, right? And all the church people came out of church. And he said this, y'all went into church, you came back out, you're praising for Jesus, asking for him to save you. And guess what? You're still here on earth, right? And what has that got you? Nothing. How about you come over here to the Nation of Islam and do something for your community? You know what I'm saying? Now, in that pretense, if you're talking about two religious factions back and forth, but if you're praying in church all Sunday, then you're listening to someone telling you and arguing that you ain't doing this and all of that other stuff, and this man is saying, no, we don't waste time with that. We get straight to the business at work in the community. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, man, it's about agency. I want my own shit, man. I'm not trying to be I forgot what the fish called. The ones be hanging on the whales.
Oh, you talking about eating the barnacles and stuff like that.
Yeah,
man.
you also got the other ones that be attached to sharks and shit. Taking whatever.
Off the gills.
And they just hang on to the big fish, man. Like, come on, y'all. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. This is, you know what I mean? Y'all doing something. Yeah. And that's what I say, man. Like, I'm not getting into arguments. Discussions is one thing, but if I'm going to have a discussion, I'm going to have a discussion with men and women that are about that action in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead and give me your final saying, bro. I'm the same mind, and we're going to be out.
I appreciate you having me up, man. I really don't know to add to it. I think you said it all, man. Get out here and roll your sleeves up, brothers, man. Stop being small, man. Stop being inferior. All right? You got the internet. There's so much shit you can get into. There was COVID provided opportunity for a lot of free training. And if you haven't taken part of it, man, maybe some will still be out there for you. But the sky's the limit, man. But it's not going to come to you. And as much as y'all complain about women being lazy and not doing anything, a lot of y'all acting like them. That's all I got to say. You're not builders. All right? So they're not builders, and neither are you, nigga. So, so why be mad? You know what I mean? So, just get out here and get some shit done and stop playing around and be great, and want to be great, want to do something. That way, when you die and you get old, not only you have experiences for your grandchildren and younger people that's back, stories that's backed by experience. You also have something you can look back on and say, yeah, I was a part of that. And the world doesn't need to know, because that's diva shit. You want everybody to know what you done, and just do it. I got a lot of shit that I've done. I do. I don't even talk about it. I know I did it.
Yeah.
I know I did it. And the people I work with know I did it too. I have a lot of respect in my profession. I'm talking about big dogs. I got respect, fam, and that's what matters to me. I don't need them to like me. I don't want them to love me. None of that emotional shit. But I got my respect.
There you go, man.
I'm one of the best at what I do. I've been there. I came, I saw, I conquered, and I keep moving on to other things. And that's what you're supposed to do in life, man. And get your money. Why are you doing it? Have fun, travel. Stop being so fucking simple and basic. Traveling for pussy. Come on, man. Like, that's so low level. It's primal nonsense, man. You're supposed to be a grown ass man. You're supposed to be great, but I don't think a lot of people see themselves as great. I think there's a lot of inferiority complexes running around on YouTube, man.
Of course.
So anyway, man, thanks Dre for letting me come up, man. Good
No
good
problem,
chop
bro.
up, and anytime we can do this, man, I'm always in.
Oh yeah, most definitely, fam. Yeah, man. So appreciate all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Once again, everybody say happy birthday to Shaw, birthday girl.
Oh, happy
You know,
B-Day, Shaw Willie.
you know what I'm saying? This last weekend, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I ain't shit because I was out there moving and it was a birthday. You know what I mean? So, I drank some beer, took shots of tequila for you, Shaw. We celebrating it. You know what I'm saying? Over here for you. To everybody, man, appreciate y'all coming through. What's going on, Aries, man? Appreciate y'all coming through, man. Hit the like button, man. Support the stream. The channel's going in a whole different direction. You know what I mean? Because we're about solutions over here and having discussion with people that are actually about doing some shit. So that's what it is, man. No one will beg you to be great, but we will hold you accountable, man. All right, man. Y'all have a good afternoon, and I'm gonna go grab this action and have a good rest of my morning. I appreciate it, Sean, man.
No doubt,
Y'all
bro.
be easy.